Okay, so I've got my white paper ready for my tiny art gallery. And I'm just going to freehand the size that I would like. I'm going to do probably, look, I'm going to say just over an inch, which if you wanted to check on a ruler, you probably say each frame will be 4 centimeters by 5 centimeters. I don't want them to be exactly square. So 4 centimeters by 5 centimeters. So you can either use a ruler like that, or you can just freehand it like this and take a bit of a guesstimation. Either way, it's up to you. Okay, then I'm going to put a frame within that. I'm going to make this a dark line because I want it to look like there's a bit of depth to the frame. You can do whatever sort of frame that you like. You might do a plain frame. You might do something that's got a filigree to it, which looks more like this, if you want it to be like that. Otherwise, run with a plain frame to get yourself up and going. This frame, because it's this way, looks more like a portrait frame. If I flip it this way, it looks more like a landscape frame. So that's 5 by 4 or 4 by 5, you decide. So I'm going to make this one 5 by 4, and I'm going to do the classic Hakusei, the Great Wave. So I'm going to start from this side, and I want everything to be small. So the big part of the wave comes over, and I tuck around with a letter C. There's a flat to the ocean in Hakusei, the Great Wave, and then the next bit comes up and almost looks like it's sitting in a bit of a bathtub. You'll probably need a sharp pencil for this because you're drawing such intricate drawings. You want it to be a fairly sharp pencil. And there's a little boat in here. And you can see the heads of the fishermen. Over the back, you have the horizon line, and Mount Fuji sits in the back, and it's snow-capped. Okay, so that's the basic outline for my tiny art gallery. I'm going to colour this one in. Okay, so the next one I'm going to do here, I'll cut that one out. So this one I'm going to turn to portrait. I'll cut that one out now, and put that aside. So you want to do, for it to be interesting, you want to do at least 4 little artworks. So either do your own, create your own, or pick a couple of the masters, or do all the masters, or have a mix of both would be good. So that one's the Great Wave of Kangwa, so I'm going to put that one over there. This one I'm going to turn portrait, and I'm going to make this one Sunflowers by Vincent van Gogh. And it's got a frame that's a very basic frame around it, so I'm actually going to keep that quite light. I might just put in an extra line so you can determine where the frame is. Now remember, this is the one that I freehand drew. I didn't measure up. That's okay. They don't all have to be the same size. I'm going to make that one with the crossover. Okay, so in there I'll just draw the line where the pot sits, so the horizon line on which the table sits. I'm just putting on both edges so that I can put my pot here in the middle. It balloons out, this pot, and it has a smiley face at the bottom, so it appears as though it's sitting flat on the table. Leave the top half open, and this is where your sunflower's going to be. So the sunflowers actually hang out of the pot here. So put in your circles first of where you want the sunflowers to be. And then once you've got your circles in, then you can start putting on those sunflower shapes. So they're a real spiky petal on sunflowers. And they're layered as well. Here's the only one that's coming out of the pot. Inside these sunflowers are all these little circles. If you've ever looked at the middle of a sunflower. And the pot has a line which almost sits on the horizon line. Make that a smiley face too to give it depth as well. Okay, we're going to go over that one and then show you how it looks. Okay, so I've got 2 for my tiny art gallery so far. Great Wave of Hakusei, Vincent van Gogh Sunflowers. And for the next frame, I'm going to do an oval frame. So if I look at the size of this one, I want it to sort of match up with these two a bit. And I think I might make it filigree at the top. And see how it blows out there a bit. Just going to darken that off. Even it out a bit. And I'm going to do filigree at the bottom as well. Okay, so I'm happy with that for the photo frame for that one, or the artwork frame. Now I've got to decide what artwork I will put in this one. I'm going to do one of my own. So I'm going to do a portrait. Okay, I'm gonna go over them. Okay, so these are my 3 portraits so far. So if you look at them compared to the size of my hand, they're only small. You can decide on how you're going to set your gallery up. You might have them apart like that. You might decide on that. Maybe that one hangs above. Cool. All right, I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys do. See ya.